Hey guys, welcome to Close 3D Animation. In this video, I will show you how to create a seamless fashion runway in Close 3D using everything came with Clo. I will also show you how to save the animation projects as well as your simulation project so you can modify your design later. Alright, let's get started. So first, I'm here in Close 3D workspace. I'm going to come down here to the right and then click on this both 3D and 2D window. I'm going to first change the particle distance here on this pattern. Simply my key selects all the patterns and come over here to this property editor and slide this sidebar and change the particle distance here to 10 and then press on return enter on the keyboard to confirm. Next, I will come over here to the simulation menu to the top right, click on it, and we want to select animation. After that, this information window pop up and it says simulation quality have been changed to animation stable for high quality animation. So that's what we want, and now I'm going to click on OK here to confirm. Before we're going to do anything, first I'm going to point out several things here. So let me expand this timeline a little. Simply hover the mouse over this edge and then click and then drag it up. So down here we have simulation quality, and by default we have animation stable. That's what we want. And over here we have current frame, start frame, and end frame. All right. Next, we want to load the stage onto workspace. To load the stage, I will come over here to the library tab and then come down here to stage. Double click on it and hover the mouse down here to stage number 1. Simply double click, and by default I have load tab is open. Change that to add and then leave everything as is and then click on OK. So now we just load the stage onto workspace. Let me pan it down a little. Simply press on Option All and then left click to pan it down. So by default we have this floor here still appear. We want to hide that. Simply come over here to the vertical toggle menu and then click on this environment display and come down here to show ground grid. Click on that to turn off. Next, we want to modify a couple of things here on the stage. First, we want to hide this Clo logo. Simply click on that. Come over here to the property editor and we want to come down here to opacity and we want to change the opacity to 0. Click and drag it to the left until it's 0. And one more thing we want to do here. I'm going to click on this runway and then come over here to the property editor once again and slide it down until you see this color chip. Click on that to select. And I'm going to change this to somewhat red. After that, I will click on apply and close. Next, we want to apply motion onto this avatar. To do that, we'll come over here to the library tab once again and then double click on this avatar folder and we want to come down here. By the way guys, with the latest version in Close 3D, if we look at down here is 2024.1, you can apply any motion onto the avatar from kid, female, male, and so on. However though, I want to apply female motion onto this avatar. Simply double click on that female folder and come over here to this motion. Double click on that. So we have several motion here that you can apply. I will select the first one here. So double click on it. And by default, I have move, avatar, and garment to start position box is checked. Transition animation box is checked. That is perfect. I'm going to click on OK. So right now, if I look at down here once again, we have simulation quality, transition, and this is the avatar motion. Let me hover the mouse over here and then click on it. Drag it to the right to expand. So now we get to see the entire motion name here. Next, we are going to render this avatar. To render the avatar, simply click on the record button right here to render. I will speed up this process guys, so save us some time. So I can see right here now the playhead is reached until the end frame here. If you guys first open your animation and then you don't see this entire full bar here, be sure this number here bigger than this end frame. For example, I have 550. I can have as low as 500 and then press on return enter on the keyboard. So I can still see this end frame here. However though, if I have this number smaller, let's say only 350, and then press on return enter on the keyboard, now I can see right here, I cannot see the end frame here on the timeline. So be sure to change this number here to at least bigger than here. So let's say 500, okay? And then press on return enter on the keyboard. Now I can zoom out here by scrolling the mouse wheel backward here to zoom out and then scroll the mouse wheel forward to zoom in. So now I can see the entire timeline here as well as the end frame. So now I'm going to simply click and drag on this playhead and then bring it out here to see the animation. This is important, guys. Before we're going to export this as a finished result, we want to change anything here that we want to change. For example, I want to maybe rotate it down just a little so I get to see the front here, or maybe that's too far. I can simply press on Command or Control plus right click to rotate it back up, or I can also rotate it to the left a little or to the right. Next, if I want to pan it up, simply press on Option All and then left click, drag it to pan it up, and then let's zoom in a little here. Simply scrolling the mouse wheel forward to zoom in, okay? And now it looks like I'm happy with the fashion runway. I'm gonna save this as a finished result. Simply go to File, and then come down here to Video Capture, and we want to select Animation. And over here, I'm going to bring this window up a little bit here. By default, I have current landscape and the dimension here 1126 by 674. I'm going to change that dimension here to the first one here 1920, and then I'm going to press on Return Enter on the keyboard. And over here, I'm going to type in 1080, press on Return Enter on the keyboard. And now I'm going to simply click on the record button right here to record. Once again, guys, I'm going to speed up this process here to save us some time. All right, next I'm going to click on the stop button right here to stop the simulation. And I'm going to simply click on the zoom sidebar here, drag it to the right to zoom out. And I'm going to simply click on the playhead here and then drag it over, out and in, see how the animation looks. So right now I'm happy with this animation. What I need to do here, click on the save button. And I'm going to name this strapless dress. And let's copy that. And then come over here to my desktop and navigate to my folder. And by the way, guys, be sure this is in .mp4 format. This allows you to share that on social media. Now I'm going to click on save here to save the finished fashion runway. Next, I will show you how to save this as an animation project. Right now, I'm here in this animation. I will go to File and then come down here to Save As and then select Projects. And I'm going to type in here Animation and then underscore, and then I'm going to paste the name here. So Animation, Strapless Dress, and I'm going to make a copy here and save it in the same folder. That is perfect. And over here, projects file here, we have projects file and with .png. So that is perfect. I'm going to click on save. Last but not least, this is important. We want to save this as a simulation project. So to do so, we'll come over here to this animation menu, click on that, and then select the simulation menu. And now we are here. So the difference between simulation and animation here. Simulation will remove all the motion from this avatar as well as the garment motion. So we're gonna do that. To do that, first we want to click on the state here and then press on the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete the state. And two, we want to click on the avatar and come over here to this avatar folder here under asset area. Double click on that and then double click on that again. We want to come over here to this female underscore v2 and then we want to come to pose. Double click on that and then we want to select this T pose here. So by default, I have pose only, maintain avatar side box is checked, maintain current shoe pose, and then click on OK. Next, I will come over here to this vertical toggle menu, and then we want to turn on the show ground grid here. Okay, if we look at closely here, now our avatar is not on the center. We want to move her back to the center as well as the garment. To do that, click on the avatar, right click, and then we want to select move all avatar and garments to center. And now we have a little bit of problem here because her feet right beneath the floor. We want to move her above the floor. To do that, once again, right click on the avatar and then we want to select move all avatar and garment and then to ground. There you go. And let's simulate one more time here. I'm going to strengthen this garment and then let's simulate. And let's stop the simulation and my key selects this pattern and we want to select unstrengthen. Next, we want to save this. Simply go to File and then come over here, Save As, and we want to select Projects. And then I'm going to right click and then paste it. And this time I'm going to change this to simulation. Next, be sure this file is in the same folder. I'm going to click on Save. So next, I'm going to open the file that we saved earlier. First, go to File and then select New Projects. And then I'm going to File and then select Open Projects. So I'm going to show you the animation first. Right here we have animation. I'm going to click on this animation and then click on Open. So there it is. Now I'm here with loading all the animation. If I go to simulation and then select animation, you will see the entire project is still saved as animation. We have garment, motion, transition, and the avatar. So next, let's go back to my simulation here, and then I'm going to close this as well. Simply go to File and then New Projects, and then we will go to File once again, and this time we will open the simulation project. Simply come over here and then click on the simulation projects, and then click on Open, and there you go. Now you have it. You not only create this fashion runway in Close3D, but you also know how to save both simulation as well as animation project in Close3D. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and remember to give it a thumbs up. This allows other people to find this video more easily on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!